blue, and you are not black. Don't get caught up in these Minnie Mouse games over there with Disney in California that's playing these sorcery games on y'all. You gotta come out. You gotta mature mentally, mature spiritually. Come out of that fog and that mentality and really see the bigger play, because your ancestors and your forefathers and foremothers tired. They tired. They tired. It's time for y'all to stop. That's the message that came to me that I had to give to y'all. Okay? That's a divine message. It is what it is. I hope y'all take it and run with it. Join the Empress's Challenge. Leaders, hashtag Leaders Challenge. I'm showing you the blueprint. Claim your land first. Spiritually, you have to clear up the generational curses. Bring in the positive energy for your inheritance to flow through. Next, you have to proclaim that you are not black and you are indigenous to the land and you want your inherited rights of the land. And you reclaim that. You put that on the documentation necessary and put it into public action, and it's recognized. Then you go about the business of guarding and protecting your territory and ruling and governing as you see fit. So in essence, once that's done, you are the ones that's supposed to be running the stores, being responsible for feeding your community, your tribe. You know, get your gardens up, running governance in your territory. Okay, so that's the plan, fam. All the rest is, is just a mute point. Ain't nothing to talk about. It ain't nothing to fight about. It ain't nothing to be killing about. Y'all got to teach these youth something. Y'all, and the one that came to lift y'all up out of this, to help lift y'all up out of this, the ones that recently came, they took them out. They took them out of here. That was a spiritual attack. Everything, y'all need to know the plays. Y'all need to know the game. Everything is done in the spirit realm first. Okay? Same thing with me. I sat in the hole for 13 months and I saw everything. I was able to see the whole play, but I had already been up on my spiritual game before they kidnapped me for these 13 months. They tried to take me out. They tried to get rid of me in jail like they have did so many others, like Dr. Sabi, rest in peace. But during that time, I was able to see everything so clearly. I'm talking about the whole every secret society group on earth came through there. They was planting people in there. They brought in the cartels to Charlotte, North Carolina to take Empress out. They tried to take my house and uplift it off the ground. They made a play on me that was so heavy. They just couldn't do it. It looked like they got away with something, but they couldn't do it. They couldn't fully do it. They tried to take a house from me that I paid for right in one swap. They had the rig out there. They pulled me out the house falsely. They pulled me out the house falsely. See, when you got that spiritual protection, they done came up in my house on me so many times. And each time, this last time, I had some heavy artillery. And when I went to get it from out the pawn shop, they told me they had put it back and I lost my money, which I know I got there in the right amount of time. But the ancestors, my spirit team, kept telling me, no, you don't need no guns. You don't need no guns. You have more power than they do. And they've been working with me on that. And they showed me that indeed I have more power than any gun. It's been so many guns pulled on me, tried to be pulled on me, tried to engage, to be pulled out and couldn't. Okay? I'm telling you what I know. When you have your spiritual protection, when you have your spiritual armor up, and you on top of that daily, you got a hedge of protection around you that nobody can penetrate, nothing and no weapon can penetrate. It doesn't matter what they thought they was going to do, how many thought they was going to come. When they came and got me from my house, they barged in there or whatever. These police was not even from the area. They was from New York, but they brought them in to do a deed. Okay? These secret societies, fraternal orders of police, they call them in from anywhere to come in and do some dirty work. They'll come and do it and leave. But just so happened this time, they couldn't do it. They could not pull their guns on me. It was 3 of them. And I mean, they had me down with my hands on my head on the ground, with my hands behind my back. They couldn't do it. They could not take me out. I was even keeping them out the front door, all 3 of them, just by the power I was invoking. And they dumb selves, 3 stooges, took out the pepper spray, trying to pepper spray me. The shit was so hilarious. They was spraying themselves, coughing and gagging. I was in the house cracking up. They talking about I assaulted him. If I'd have had a weapon, a firearm, I would have laid him out. Talking about assaulting him. You can resist any unlawful arrest. You can protect yourself against any unlawful intrusions coming into your home. It don't matter who it is. Check out that video that's circulating, how they lit that police officer up that just walked in their house. And they had the right to do that. I don't know who these people think they are, where they come from. You don't have the right to violate nobody's lawful rights, freedoms, and liberties. It doesn't matter if you have on a uniform. Period. So these officers, with they smart selves, was trying to get in my front door, which the front door was already open. And this is how I know they had heavy spiritual help, because they had never been able to do nothing like this, period, to me. They haven't ever been able to get this close to me, period. Not in my house. Okay? They had heavy spiritual protection, heavy spiritual help. And I'm talking about churches, congregations, groups, gang stalkers. This is what they do. Santerias, cartel, all of them are using spiritual warfare to get what they want done on the land. And they have a hierarchy. You're talking about all the way up, down to the foot soldiers on the ground, giving these orders. I'm already seeing them. I'm already knowing where the plays is coming from. It's just deep. I'm going to get into that on another video, where I found out how black nobility has really been running everything on the land. I found this out when I tapped into my own lineage and my own inheritance. My own bloodline family members have been the ones orchestrating attacks against